Okay, the ultimate way to create a really fantastic mood, as we all know, are beautiful candles, right? And there's certainly a lot of different versions of candles that are out there, but I don't think there's one that's actually more versatile or more feature-rich than the candles we're offering here today. These come with a very unique remote. So they do a whole lot of things that, quite frankly, I've never seen candles do before. What are you getting? This is incredible. Normally, if you buy one of these with this kind of technology, and a portion of this technology is absolutely patented to this brand, is you would spend about $35 for a single one. So we've added number 2. Oh yeah, number 3. Oh yeah, we even added a 4th one. You're getting all 4 candles in our today's special for literally a really short time period. Now, unfortunately, because it's later in the day, we have had some colors sell out. So here's what I have. On this side, these are your classic ivory. They're always incredibly popular. This is the one that you get multiples of only because you can use them everywhere and certainly all year round to create that amazing ambiance. Now, I just got an update. Thank you. This is gonna be the next one to sell out. So there you go. If you want the ivory, you don't want to wait any longer. And so many of you are picking up more than one. Makes sense. Now we have some unique colors you never find anywhere else, which is really cool. I love this deep green. I think it's absolutely so elegant looking, and we're calling that the emerald green. Okay, so that's emerald green. 2 of the large size, 2 of the medium size, all 4 in one collection. The one right beside this is highly unusual, and I think it's gorgeous. I'll show it to you over in a bed setting in a couple of minutes. This is called Caramel, which is really, really pretty. This one is the silver gray, and we're gonna turn the lights, we're gonna turn them actually all on so you can see them in just a couple of moments. Down below there, that is gonna be our denim blue, which is super, did I get that right, Ellen? Oh, I did, didn't I? All right, denim blue is down here. And finally, on the other end, now here's your heads up. When the ivories sell out, everybody's gonna jump on the white. And you can see they're super close. So if you lose out on the ivory in this show, just grab as many white as you can, especially if you love to go for that perfect neutral. Also too, by the way, we do have a set of 4 candlesticks in black, silver, white, and red. So when you see these candlesticks that are out here in all these different fabulous sizes, here's all 4 of them over there. Those are available to go back to it at $59.95, and of course we have 3 flex pays. All right, Ellen Bunner, how are you bringing us this festive, warm glow to our homes?
Hi, good to see you. You're so festive. I love your outfit.
I know, I wore it today. I was like, I'm just doing it.
Oh, this is fun because we're decking the halls, right? Or we're thinking about gifts, and this will fit the bill for either. This is brand new, exclusive from Unmatched, but I've been here for over 20 years. I've never sold a more realistic candle. I mean, this is really, first of all, it's made from 100% real wax. You're getting the most popular sizes, the 5 and the 6 inch, and then you have, look at that perfect burn. Look at the deep well in this, but look at the wick. It's all about that magical wick, the movement, the color, the brightness, the fact that this has the highest amount of battery life that we've ever done with over 350 hours. That's over 2 weeks if you left it on 24 hours a day. So it really is gonna be that candle that you will think looks, I think, better than the real thing. And the remote. This remote is different from any remote we've ever done from Unmatched. If you look there, you have 4 timer options. So you have a 2-hour, a 4-hour, a 6, and an 8-hour timer option. So,
and then start multiplying that by the most incredible long battery life you just mentioned.
Well, we were talking about that earlier with Shannon. If you did the 4-hour, you could let that's 3 months. If you did the 2-hour, it's 6 months of burn time. So
that's awesome.
That's really
without having to change your battery.
Without having to change your batteries. You do receive the battery on the remote, but there's other things that the remote does. There's actually a way to change the brightness of this candle. 4 different settings. And we'll have a video we'll show you. It's really, really unbelievable. And then you can even affect the movement of the wick. It can be steady, it can be fast, it can be intermittent. So this is the most customizable, realistic candle. Okay, look at this. So when you turn these on, they're gonna be on the brightest setting, but we started at low, and we wanted you to see, Suzanne, look how much brighter these get with the touch of a button. 1,
oh wow,
2, 3, look at that, and look at the shadow it casts on the wall. It's the most realistic. Now the next is my favorite. This is showing you the movement of the wick. So you can have it stationary. So maybe it's at the dinner table, you don't really want to notice the movement, you can have it on steady. You can do it on fast. That's where you get that beautiful dance of color and light, that beautiful color play. And then there's the slow, which is almost like an intermittent.
That's great.
Can you believe it does all of this?
And then when Thanksgiving's over, they'll hop over to your sink and do your dishes for you.
Oh
It's
my gosh,
amazing.
if only.
Yeah, I know, right? I'd buy 8 gazillion of these if they did that. But it really, of all the candles, I gotta tell you, we've done these kind of candles for years and years and years. And people buy them, and here's the worst part about them. The battery runs out too fast. That is the #1 most angering thing about buying battery-powered candles.
Right.
Because literally, you're just using so many batteries to burn them. So they've solved that. It's an incredible, 300 and how many hours?
350, and that's a continuous, like if you left it on. Right.
All the time.
Exactly.
Never, and the timer is going to turn them off for you, obviously, so you're really not going to burn through that.
And then
so
the box
that's
too.
#1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, they come in 2 separate boxes. So if you are going to give them as a really elegant gift, and then I would split up the 4 set of the candle holders, that would be fabulous.
Oh, that's a
but
great
we've
idea.
taken care of the problem of the batteries, because I know you love these kind of candles. We all do, because guess what? There's no hassle. There's no worries. You can put them anywhere, which makes your home and your environment so much prettier and yummy and welcoming and warm and all that. Anyway, but you don't have to worry about anything with these. So we love the concept.
Yes.
But we've been bothered by eating through too many batteries. Okay, check. That's not going to happen. These are real wax, but no wax mess. Check. Great.
Yes.
No real flames. Huge check.
Huge.
That's fabulous. But you still get an amazing effect that we love about candles. Have you ever had? I had my sister-in-law one time. She told me the story. We went to visit her, and then we were gone, and they had left the house too, and she had forgotten to blow out a candle in her bathroom, and there was a towel hanging above it.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, and she came home, and thank God they came home relatively quickly.
Oh my gosh.
But it was like, you don't want that to happen with real candles.
No.
Nobody does. And now all the worry's gone, but all the ambiance is still here. All right, ivory. This is my update. How'd you like the dramatic pause?
It's very
Was that
dramatic.
pretty good?
Yes, I'm on the edge of my seat.
She was like, what do you got? We have 800 sets left. That's it. It's done. Those are probably going to sell out in this airing. So if you're thinking about getting these, and everybody loves the ivory, that's why it's the most popular. Now here's what's going to happen. Those 800 are now going to go really fast. If you miss out and you still want a neutral color, you're going to go for the white.
They're
so
very close.
Oh, they're so, actually put one right, we'll put 2 beside
Really,
those.
really close.
You can barely tell the difference.
And even, let me do
between the
this,
two.
hang on. Boop. You see? Look how close they are.
Yeah, so
Right?
if you miss out on this guy and you're like, oh darn it, then get the white. But right now, guess what? You can still get the ivory, but I will keep you informed and counting down to how many we have left, because they're going to be gone here pretty soon. Okay, other thing, real wax.
Real wax. So I brought my little friend, right? My sad little friend.
That is so sad.
Right? Because, you know, there's an art
He's a
to burning
dirty,
a
sad
candle.
little friend.
He's sooty. He's got a drowned wick. He's really seen a long life. And what happens with a real candle, you worry, you try to get the perfect burn, and when it's done, you throw these away. This is actually better than a real candle, because Suzanne, if you think about it, you get that perfect burn from a real candle just for a minuscule amount of time, where the well is deep like this, where you can really see the wick. It's almost like that open little smile where you get all of that glow. And what I like too with this real wax, if you want to just see candle and not see wick, you can turn it around. But speaking of wick, I want you to look closely there at the color. I don't know if you can see it, but what's really unique about this FlameWave exclusive technology is there's actually a little blue light at the bottom. So this is gonna cast not that orange, really faux looking light from a candle, but the most realistic glow and dance and movement. I mean, look at it on my hand, but when you see it like, you know, against the wall, or even when I put it on my table around mercury glass, I get the bounce of the light even off of the mercury. Oh, there's the blue light. Yeah, you can see it there at the bottom. So these are different. If you've shopped with Unmatched before, this is different. We've never ever done this technology in an unmatched candle. So if you've gotten some of our color changing, these are very, very different. First time we've ever done it. Okay, so where'd she go?
A couple times in the last couple of days. This bed, by the way, I don't know what mattress is on here, but y'all need to buy it. I gotta find out what it is. It is, and I've tested it out a couple times in the last couple of days. But here's what we love, you know, by your bedside, create a little romance, make life a little fun. It's just really relaxing at the same time, which we could all use that, right? You know, when you have candles in your environment, and the reason we love candles is it's almost like a fireplace, you know? It's just so relaxing. It makes rooms just feel really welcoming. or very romantic for that matter. And now you have none of the hassle, but you have this really incredible authentic look. And you know what's interesting too, Ellen, if you guys can kind of go over this way, when you're talking about the flicker, look at it, it's flickering off of the lampshade.
Yeah.
So again, it adds to this incredible ambiance, but hey, I don't care, no worry, no problems. And you know what that lends it to? Putting them virtually anywhere.
Anywhere, you know, and decorating with them anywhere. That's what I find really fun about this is, you know, I can put these in my fireplace. I think, you know, I can put these on a mantle. I can put these with greenery and ribbons. They're not hot to the touch. You don't have to worry about pets or kids. Even you can cover these. I always bring my friendly little cloche right here. So, you know, if you have a lantern or you have a cloche, you know, you couldn't do this with a real flame. And remember, you can turn them off and on, right, with the push of a button. And these will work up to 10 feet away, but you can also use that timer mode. And we really made it customizable with a 2, 4, 6, and 8 hour timer, which I think is so neat. Also, how many times do you forget, are you forgetful? I am forgetful and I'm easily distracted. So I have almost had a similar situation when I was entertaining at a party because I got greenery too close to a real candle. With these, you can do anything. I mean, that's a true story. I really use flameless candles because I don't trust myself with real ones anymore. And the other thing, Suzanne, these are unscented. So I think that's really important. Like when you're setting your table for Thanksgiving, you want to have the perfect centerpiece. And if you like to burn a lot of candles, you really don't want to burn too many scented candles at once because then it's a mess. So
you know what, it feels like a potpourri nightmare.
It does.
You know, if you have all these, have you ever had really heavy duty scented candles and you have one in the bathroom and then one in the kitchen and all of a sudden the whole place has this really, it's like a bad mix of perfume.
Exactly.
Like, it's just not good, you guys. Well, here's something else that's kind of cute too. I'm a huge crafter. I love to craft. And by the way, join me tomorrow night, 9:30 on HSN's Facebook page. I do a really cool Tuesday night show every Tuesday night. It's only on Facebook. It's really neat. We have tons of you join me, which is great. But I love to craft. Now, am I gonna have real candles around my paper, my scrapbook goodies, my cards I'm making? But I love the look of this. You know, it just creates this amazing environment. Now, again, I want you to see, so the candle holders are really awesome, you guys. And there are 4 different sizes, so you really get that perfect kind of decor style. So ask about the candle holders. Once again, this is the ivory I have back here, and we are now down to 500 left in the 4-pack of ivory. Order them now. That is a direct quote, not from me. That is actually my producer, Brandon, who said, order them now. He's watching. He knows what's going on. So again, I think this really creates that ambiance. By the way, these really cool snowflakes and some other goodies are coming up next hour. I have, of course, the amazing Juliana Rancic, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, and her August and Leo collection for the holidays. And we have some really, really just amazing stuff for you lined up to really create that great ambiance. You know, it's interesting too, Ellen, when we get to August and Leo, that collection, she does a lot of faceted beaded things.
Yes.
They reflect light beautifully.
Beautifully, just
Guys,
like mercury glass.
Oh, and I got nerdy goosebumps on this one. Get these because you'll want to incorporate them with what you're gonna see next hour.
Right.
Just because this will pick up, because there is so an amazing amount of
over there, you can see
look.
it on the wall. You can see it all the way
behind
up
me.
on the wall.
Right.
And, you know, and I love the fireplace behind us because, you know, it really does cast that realistic glow. I have these in my fireplace, so they bounce off of the fireplace. You get so much light. When else have you had a candle that you can go to sleep by? And what's nice about these, remember, you could turn the brightness down on that. You could have the wick dance, so you have that color in your room. Even if you have kids or grandkids that are afraid of the dark, imagine having this as almost like a night light. Also, I want to show you, I don't know if it's a good time, I want to show you with these off so you can truly see the colors.
Do you want the lights back up?
Maybe up, see what you
Guys,
think.
can you bring
See
the
what
lights up just a teeny
because I'm gonna
bit?
pop these off because one thing, you know, I was talking about it earlier with Shannon. With candles like this, you see them a lot during the daylight, and I want you to see some of these colors because these are not only exclusive.
That silver is a lot different looking in regular light.
It looks a lot different, and I think you can really see the blue, what color blue it is, because a lot of people have asked me, well, what color is the blue? That's the blue on the front. It's like a denim blue. The caramel, like I love this color. It's almost like reminds me of leather, like cashmere, right? It's really warm, like a camel color. The evergreen in my home really surprised me because you look at that and you think holiday, but I have a lot of palms and botanicals in my house, and that green,
probably picks up on it
looks so pretty with all the natural colors. So I think I've got everything on. Let me turn that one on too. Remember, your remote will work up to 10 feet. You're getting 2, and the batteries are included.
Now that's the cool thing too, everybody. Think about it, because the remote works so far, it's such a good distance. So let's say you're gonna put them in a windowsill that's kind of up high, that's in like in a more modern home that you can't reach very easily. Again, you've got that incredibly long battery life. Everything that kind of bugged, we love this idea of the candles, right? That are all, but the flame never looked right.
Right.
And the wax didn't look right, because it was usually plastic or whatever. And then it was that battery life, because by the time you used them for a couple weeks, you were chunking through so many replacement batteries. So I'll tell you, you give up. You're like, okay, it's too expensive for me to run these silly candles.
Right.
So now, because we have a battery life, this is continuous, of 300 and what was it again?
350.
350 hours continuously on one set of batteries. Oh, and by the way, the batteries you use on this, you need 3 AA's. And that equates to, if you ran them all the time, that equated to
3 months if you did the 4-hour timer.
Right.
And 6 months if you use the 2-hour timer.
That's
which
great.
a lot of people do that. You know,
you just want them on the evening.
Yeah, you want them to come on automatically. I was saying earlier, you know, we're going into winter, it's dark, it's cold. You come home at the end of a long day, how nice to have something just warm and ambient when you walk in your house.
Lovely.
Or when you sit down and you're tired.
It's sleeting out.
Yes,
and then you walk in and can you imagine you walk in and your boss is, you know, and you walk into your, not that my boss does that, no. Never, ever, ever. But you know, you walk into your house, can you imagine just all lit with candles?
It's beautiful.
You know what happens? Every care of the day just melts away.
You just kind of you relax. It really changes the atmosphere.
And by the way, can I do an update?
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
We're gonna be saying goodbye to the ivory. I am not kidding you all. I love you guys, but many of you are new and you're like, she's lying. No, I'm not lying. I have officially, how many left there? 250 of the ivory. So if ivory's your thing tonight,
that's fast.
Get it now. Like we started out with about 900, I'm 250 left. Now, here's what's gonna happen. In about 2 minutes, everyone's gonna switch to the white because it's really similar.
So close.
You know what I like about any of these, but especially the ivory and the white, is I loved your close idea. But also too, if you're doing, and again, next hour, stick around, we're gonna do centerpieces. We're gonna do things on buffets.
Yes.
And you always wanna have those candles intermixed, because I don't care what holiday table you look at, whether it's Thanksgiving or Hanukkah or Christmas.
Or a wedding or a party.
Or anything, even, you know, but if you're really doing it up and you're doing your whole mantle, or you're doing a big runner down the center of your dining room table, or you're doing the buffet table, right? You always mix in candles, always.
It's so true. I was saying it's the easiest centerpiece. I was playing around with it on my Instagram. If you go to Ellen's Cozy Home, I said it's the easiest centerpiece. A plate, 4 candles, and a little bit of greenery. That's it, boom. Anybody can do it, and it looks really elegant. It's very simple. You can raise some of them to different heights. These candlesticks are great because they're 6, 8, 10, and 12 inches, and they're a really nice heavyweight resin. There's my fireplace. That's one set.
Pretty.
So you see how simple that is? But you've set that on a timer. If you don't like to burn we never burn our fireplace, but I have the faux candles in there. At an entryway, that's one place, like during a party, if you're entertaining, you never go back and check that entryway, or you never go in the bathroom and check it. So you want something like this so that you have that glow, that it's continuous, you don't have to worry about it. You don't worry about if you forget to burn it out. I want to show you a couple more things. So the gift box, and I want to talk about gifting for a minute, Suzanne. Like, you know, this is a $20 gift, and you think about what you could get for a $20 gift, and you think about how many people would really use this and love this. It's not just women, it's men, it's women, it's people that can't burn real candles, like maybe they're in a dorm or an assisted living, maybe they have a small RV. This is a perfect gift, and it's a gift that they will use not just at the holidays, but every single day. And I'm all about holiday decorating, but what's nice about candles is when you put all the holiday decorations away, guess what you're gonna keep out and keep using year round? These candles, you will keep using them.
Thinking, well, you know, yeah, you buy them because you're going to do this holiday decorating. And I'm like, no, with these, they are. It's 365. You're just never going to put them away. You know, Alan, you mentioned the foyer. So here we are in the foyer. You know, you walk in, and I love this. And, you know, you could never do this with a real candle. Look how we have these really tucked up in here with our little Christmas decor. And imagine if it's just spring and it's just regular books or whatever. But look at how beautiful this is right here. It's just got that gorgeous glow. I've walked in the door after a long day at work, and you're greeted by that. And that is just a lovely novelty experience. And I think we can spend a lot of money on things that give us happiness for like, oh, a pair of pants. That's nice, I got a great pair of pants. But it's something like this that continuously every day just bring the warmth and romance into your life. And I said, whether you have a really big house, congratulations, or you live in a little teeny place like I do, candles make a huge difference in that ambiance. It sets the mood, whether you're just reading, you know, reading your tablet the evening after a day at work, or you've got a big old party and everybody's coming over. It's an instant mood elevator. You ever see, you know, when everybody gets engaged, they are in candlelight at a restaurant? Why? Why do we do it in candlelight at a restaurant? Because it's romantic.
Yes,
it's ambiance.
It's romantic.
I mean,
and it sets
when you
a
go to,
mood.
have you ever been to a restaurant where they have tons of candles on every table?
And you know what?
It's fabulous.
Those are good candles. Like, these remind me, we were just at one of those like parks this weekend. This reminds me of the kind of candles you see there, where they're so real that you have to double take, right? And then we're showing you here the features that you see on the remote. Remember, you can affect the movement of your wick. It can be steady, it can be fast, and it can be intermittent. You can affect the brightness up to 4 levels. I've never, ever brought you a candle where you could make it brighter up to 4 different settings. Also, notice how the light goes all the way down through. I think that's so important. But I'm gonna grab one of these darker colors because what I really like is the way we have the perfect burn on this. And I say that because it's a deep well. Do you remember, and Suzanne, you and I have worked together a long time. Do you remember when these candles first came out? Remember when they were flat on the top?
Flat, yeah.
Right, flat, and then they had this giant bulb, right, that sat in the middle.
So obvious.
Look at the difference in this. I mean, you've got the movement. Remember, you can really affect that. Look at the play of light. I mean, that's a lot of light. And remember, you can go 4 different settings on the amount of light. It has that blue light technology. It's at the base of the flame. So this isn't that orangey, really fake looking light that you're getting from your candle. It's the most authentic. And then you have so many features built into your remote. You have the 2, 4, 6, or 8 hour timer, the brightness and the movement of the flame, but also you have it on and off. So if you're like me and you know you're short and you can't get to those high bookshelves or those lanterns, you don't want to take everything out, with a touch of a button, you can change these. So I think that's really, really important. All the great features that we're throwing in here.
Okay, if you notice, the ivory has completely disappeared. They've evaporated from the set, so we do not have the ivory as a choice. If you were hoping to get the ivory, you definitely want to jump onto the white. So I'm going to start counting you down on the white combination. And it's super similar. You won't be disappointed, especially because of the yellow glow. It looks very warm as well. It's not like a really bright white. So ivory's gone. I made it disappear. White is what you absolutely want to go for now. And I do need to explain, this is for a limited time. When we do a today's special, it's for a very limited time, and things start to sell out. So here's what's going to happen. I'm not sure who's coming up after me tonight. Maybe Adam. I saw him running around. Adam is. Poor Adam. Sorry to say, Adam. He's going to have some great colors, but he's not going to have the core colors. So I just think it's a smart idea if you want to get a great value. And remember, one of these with this style usually is about $35 for one. You're getting all 4 for $39.95. That's really fantastic. And that's the kind of values we bring you day in and day out. But you never want to wait on them. You always want to get it while you can. And just 5 seconds ago, you were like, oh, I think I'll get the ivory. Oh, shoot. That's what I do all the time. Like, doggone it, it's sold out. I should have got it when I should have. I always do that. I've learned. But right now, you still have the white as an opportunity, and it's easy to decorate with it. Put them all over your house. And you know what the other cool thing is? If you don't absolutely fall in love with these, when you come home and they're all lit when you walk in the door, you have until the end of January of next year to send them back for a full refund. That's our guarantee. It's our extended delivery holiday returns. So use them all holiday season. You know, really push those batteries to their 350, God, why can't I remember? 350-day limit. And if you're not thrilled, send it back and we'll refund your money. But this is for a really limited time, so you never want to wait. And I saw the counter there a second ago. I think we're almost about to hit 25,000 sets ordered just today. And again, we've lost the red, we've lost the ivory. So what you have is the emerald green or the evergreen. You have the caramel, which is that beautiful soft brown. This is going to be your silver gray. That's right. And down here is your denim. And then finally over there in front of Ellen, that is what I have left if you want the total neutral color.
The white, the white. And so remember, they do come gift box. They really worked hard on the boxes.
Pretty.
These are sturdy. They're bow and go. You don't even have to wrap these. They're so pretty. Each will come with a 5-inch, a 6-inch, and that remote. And they're exclusive, so they won't be able to get this configuration anywhere else. I love gifts like this that you know you're the gift hero. You know if you're going to the gift exchange, okay, Suzanne, how good is this when you go to one of those where you have to swap the gift and you have the best gift?
Oh,
you have
yes.
the one that everybody wants.
And they steal it.
Right?
It keeps being stolen around the room.
We were talking about this earlier. You know how when you go to something and you take a bottle of wine, and then, I mean, I've had that, and then I'm like, who brought this? I mean, it's gone. Like, I don't know who to thank. Bring something like this. I mean, this is a $20 gift. This is a perfect hostess gift. And if
that's
you
a great
have,
idea.
Right? And if you have a wedding or a party coming up and you're struggling for centerpieces, this is a centerpiece you're not going to throw away. Like, you're going to invest in it, you're going to use it, it's going to be impressive.
Right.
And then you have it. You have great candles that you can use all over your home.
Right, and I like the fact you don't have to put them away. Like, you know, we buy all this holiday stuff, and you're like, oh, after the holidays, I got to store it away. No, this you'll just leave out all year.
Right.
And never have to worry about it, never have to, it will not eat through your batteries. That's one of the things I didn't like about the original candles, the ones even we offered. I was like, man, I was just running through batteries so quick. Now you get 350 hours of continuous lit.
That's a long time.
That's a lot.
That's
so
lit.
if you have that's super lit.
That's super lit.
So if you have it on for 2, 4, 6, or 8 hours, I mean, you get to pick that.
Right.
So of course you're going to extend that battery life. So if you just want them on for a couple hours in the evening, oh, I love
like
the
your
green.
orchids.
It's
and
very
like,
elegant.
It really surprised me, like how good. I would put that out every day, right?
Yeah,
because
right.
I have a lot of like color. Think about your color. You know, I was talking to someone about this earlier. Like, if you have a lot of gray in your home or blue in your home, these are so different and unique, and they become part of your decor. Like when they're off as much as when they're on.
Sure, I totally agree. Again, let me give you a quick update. Brandon, what are we doing on the white? Okay, so here's the scoop. We have less than 3,000 left in the 4-pack of white. So just understand, I mean, that's just a handful. So when we have this many people shopping right now, it's just nothing. If you do like the emerald green, which is so pretty with all the foliage, we're down to under 1,000 for the rest of the day. So really limited here, guys. And we're in pretty decent shape on the other options. But again, the white, now everybody flipped from no ivory, yes. And yeah, you're just grabbing the white, which totally makes sense. I would do that. And definitely think multiples. Remember, you're going to get 2 boxes, and they're beautifully gift wrapped. So it's basically $20 a gift, and people will really love it and appreciate it. They'll be like, oh, daggone.
Isn't this the kind that you want to keep in your closet, like a just-in-case gift too?
To
like,
grow that last-minute gift, like, oh, you brought me something.
Oh, I have this beautiful box.
Oh, look, I've got something for you too. All right, Ella's not going very far. We've got this really cool lantern.